Good evening, friends. We start tonight with world reaction to the most recent sanctions the United States Congress has imposed on Russia. The sanctions are being met with resistance worldwide, causing a possible diplomatic problem for America. Meanwhile, the stock market has hit record numbers. Unemployment is at a 17-year low. The car industry and the housing market continue to be solid and strong. It's all good news. Here's the bad news. The Congress can't fix health care, although they have plenty of energy to impose sanctions and cause economic issues for other countries. The starter and backdrop of all of this is alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 election and the Trump-Russian collusion, which nobody can prove. Russian President Vladimir Putin has responded to the sanctions. For more on that tonight, we turn to Manila Chan. Manila?
Ed, we heard from the European Union last week, our European allies. They're not too happy with this move on the Russia sanctions. We know it'll impact their nat gas security. But the man at the center of all of this has been silent for almost a week until now. Vladimir Putin said this to Russian media.
America has taken a step to jeopardize US-Russia relations. And the important thing is that that step wasn't triggered by anything. This is a move to impose illegal restrictions, to attempt to influence other countries, including US allies, which are interested in developing ties with Russia.
Over the weekend, the Russian president expressed plans to expel 755 American diplomatic, technical, and other support staff from Moscow by September 1st. That'll bring the number of American staff to just 455 people who may remain in Moscow, and that'll be at parity with the number of Russian personnel working here in the U.S. The Kremlin is also seizing 2 U.S. embassy compounds in response to these new sanctions imposed by Congress. But some Moscow-Washington watchers say this may be a very delayed response to then-President Obama's seizure of 2 Russian compounds here stateside and the expulsion of 35 Russian diplomats back in December of 2016.
We've been waiting for quite a long time, so that maybe something would change for the better. We had hoped that the situation would change. But it looks like, even if it does change, then it won't be in the near future. I decided that it is time for us to show that we will not leave anything unanswered.
It appears that Vladimir Putin might have been playing a wait-and-see game if relations might be mended with the incoming Trump administration. But now, 6 months in, Congress has effectively tied the president's hands with this veto-proof sanctions bill. President Trump has yet to make any comments or put out any tweets on the matter, instead leaving messaging to the Veep, Mike Pence, who is touring Eastern Europe right now. And he made comments while in Estonia saying that, quote, "As we make our intentions clear, we expect Russian behavior to change." So, Ed, it is unclear at this time what that all means coming from Vice President Pence. But we've seen this before from the White House. They're kind of light on details. But we do know that President Trump is still interested in warmer ties between Washington and Moscow.
And there was no word today from the White House about whether he's going to sign these sanctions or not, which, of course, is more than
Not
interesting.
yet.
Thanks, Manila.